Alright. Okay, we're back. Everything seems to be working normally. It's Sunday, so it's time. We're actually, damn it, we're 10 minutes. Okay, so we're 10 minutes late. It's 5:10, but close enough. I guess it's better than last week, I think. Whatever. Alright, guys. So it's time for another weekly replay review. Second Impact. We're going to be taking a look at a bunch of... It's like 50-50 people we've seen before, people we haven't, I think. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to be leaping into it with some replays from the grand finals and maybe semifinals, I don't recall, of Rebel Up 10? 11? Something like that. In SoCal. So we're going to be looking at Shingen's replays. Once I get them, here we go. Cool, okay. So we are just going to take a look at... let me see which of these. Oh, it's these 2 out of 3. What am I looking at here? Oh, it's from bottom up. Oh, it's from bottom up. Okay. Okay. This is like, oh, I see. Oh, right, the names are all messed up, right. So Shingen's playing... He's playing Strike Freedom, and then he's playing Strike Freedom. So it's 2 matches of this and 2 matches of this. Okay, yeah. 2 matches of this, 2 matches of this. Then... Man, this is confusing as fuck. 1, 2, 3. And this is James and Jeff, right? Okay. And this is Shingen and Mikey again. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna skip over the ones without Shingen in it, so we're gonna watch these 4, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. So this is winners finals. This is Shingen and Mikey playing Strike Freedom and Tallgeese against James and Jeff playing Shinanju Strike Freedom. So this is a pretty similar matchup. It's a Strike Freedom mirror. I believe this is Shingen. So we're just going to take a look at these and not really talk about them too much in depth first. Just going to watch them overall. So this is a pretty actually good comp to watch for stuff like actual health management, stuff like that. Ow. Ah, that's unfortunate. So the other Strike Freedom is James. Whoa. Alright. Ah. Okay. Ah, that's unfortunate. So, let's take a look at health. There we go. So, Jeff and James both died once. Jeff's at 50. So, wait a minute, what's going on? Oh, it's not Jeff, never mind. James at 50. So, Jeff on his second life, dying once. And meanwhile, Shingen died first, and Mikey's at like half. So, yeah, I take questions. Yeah, that's pretty much like the main thing. Is taking questions. Alright. So these matches are like kind of one-sided. So I'll just make some brief comments. Oh. Okay, yeah. So I'll say some quick things because there's some things that can just be quick fixes that we want to work on here. Which is So he actually, well, this is fine actually. I just say it has a pretty good. You could have probably Garobi punch or something like that, but it's fine. Don't try not to turn your back on a knockdown opponent like this, or at least toggle your camera a bit more. So you could have easily avoided this this shot from the back from James. So we want to make sure that even though we get knockdowns, when you move linearly like you did, so you knocked him down and you just boosted forward to get that Zunda on the other guy. There's a couple ways you could remedy this, right? One is of course boosting in other directions. But changing your camera and seeing what's going on too, as well as paying attention to your radar, is also helpful. But we definitely want to make sure that we're conscious of the secret fourth player. This is particularly the case when you're playing front, because generally your peripheral vision is a lot more cramped, and you don't have as many opportunities to see everything that's going on. So one of the important things as a front player that you have to develop is you need to actually try and develop a sense of where that fourth player is behind you. Yeah, you want to try and build an understanding of where he is. And how do you build that? You may ask, well, you need to practice doing it first. So having that person in your head is the first step. You can't just like knock that guy down and then not think about it anymore. You have to respect that he's going to get up and try and do something to you. Expect it, right? Expect it. So, when you knock down like the other Strike Freedom in this match, you want to be conscious of the fact that he's probably waking up and trying to chase you, because you're obviously 2-on-1ing his partner. So be ready for that. Don't just hope. You don't want to ever hope. Hoping is not something you do in this. You don't want to ever try and hope in this game. If you're already praying for something, you're probably already making a mistake, because So you don't want to just hope that he doesn't shoot you. You want to expect that he's going to probably shoot you, or have an understanding of what's going on. That being the case, you could have also tried to just zoomed at better angles and not boost linearly towards the other guy. But definitely, in any case, we want to try and build an understanding of that fourth player. Yeah. That's a little unfortunate drop combo, but So do try with Strike Freedom to cancel out when you set your funnels. You don't want to try it. You don't want to just get stuck with your Vernier too much. So the funnels actually come out really fast, so you don't actually need to sit for the whole animation. You can actually cancel it pretty early on in that mounted animation. Like halfway through, you can cancel out already. But I believe you're about to get a melee hit. So this, right? So we want to cut. You don't need to actually let that whole animation go. You can cancel it early, and it will still go out while you're boosting. So you may just not know that, but you can cancel it a lot earlier. Yeah. So this melee combo is fine, but I highly recommend not allowing this to whiff as much as you do. So you see this. So when you kill them, you should try and react in like at least sidestep or like rainbow step, off of this, because this whiff here is like really dangerous, and you could have easily gotten hit while you're whiffing this melee here. So luckily, it looks like Jeff's not paying attention and hits the other guy instead, so you get this nice Zunda. But do be aware of that. So yeah, so again, we want to cancel that really fast. So that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Even if you're looking at Mikey's screen, though, it's actually faster if you rainbow cancel it. Like you'll land faster than if you let it whiff and then fall. So you might as well, because like the whiff is just like it takes forever because he died before the final hit. So you're letting that final hit whiff out. So like the big thing we're seeing here is like as you're playing front is you are getting hit a lot by that secret fourth person I'm talking about, right? And that's really one of the keys to playing front is having an idea of where that fourth person is. So one of the most important things is of course minimap. Minimap's really important. Radar indication is of course important too. But just having an idea of like that person's vector being behind you, and you just want to try and avoid it, right? So if, so for example here, right? He's actually on your vector right now, because you did boost left, but he was moving up towards the north east corner too. So he's actually matching you. So you did veer, I guess. I have to like. Okay, so there we go. So you did veer left, right? So he's like coming at you from underneath you, right? And you're turning left, right? But he's also turning this way. So this motion actually does not really avoid his vector because he's rematching onto you. So you need to adjust again. So it's just that kind of thing. Also, hold on, let me just take that hard drive out. All right. It didn't matter, the match is over. Alright, so we had a question. So let me go ahead and answer this question. Should you have finished that BR combo and activated there? Oh, I already don't remember what it was, but you might as well. If you think the match is gonna be over in like one combo, you might as well activate. Because it makes your beams travel faster, it makes them do more damage. You might as well just activate to try. If you like think they're gonna die or they're very close, sometimes it's worth activating to push out the extra damage because you do get extra damage off of it. So let me answer this question by CD. So Brett says, Strike Freedom being a range 3K has always had me a bit confused about where he should be playing. With a comp like S7 some round 2.5K, who should actually be front? Strike Freedom. Strike Freedom's actually pretty good at playing front. He's actually very good at it. Yeah, like just because he's just because he's good at long range doesn't mean he's actually bad at playing front. It just means that his front spacing is a little bit different. Though he actually has a bunch of decent tools at like mid to close range, primarily neutral mounted funnels. Neutral mounted funnels are really, 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 really good. Also, his charge shot A. So the other thing I'll say is you should use charge shot A like all the time. Charge shot A is really good. It's one of the best charge shots in the game. Alright, so this is game 2. So Shingency up 1 game. Strike Freedom's actually better playing front than playing back. Well, I mean, just because... Like, oh wait, sorry, this is the wrong one, huh? Hold up. God damn it, hold on. Let me try this again. You can't change targets, like, you can cancel it. Here we go, this is the right one. Oh, it is the right one. You can cancel his charge shot A by entering melee or command BC. And it will cancel out the multi-lock. So if you change targets and enter multi-lock mode with his charge shot A, you can escape his multi-log by pressing B or BC, either one. This is mentioned in the Fundamental Techniques video translated by Sean. So if you haven't watched that video yet, definitely watch it. It's in there. Anyways, like, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. So Strike Freedom's actually quite good at playing front. So when I said that he's better at it than playing front, it's only because he's 3K. So like. He's good at playing back, like, you know, he's great at playing back, but you're made of paper, like, you have very little health and you're 3K, which means, like, if you aim to play back and you get overcosted, it's like, really bad. It's really bad. So yeah, in a pipeline dream, you know, it would be great to just play Strike Freedom back all the time, but you don't really get that liberty due to his cost. It's just not worth it. So it's just better to always play in front. If you play him back, you need to know what you're doing. Now, 2.53K, it's okay to play back, but the overcost is really severe, and Strike Freedom is actually fine playing front. Regardless, he has like really good boost in mobility, so like, while it's true that it makes him really good at playing ranged, it doesn't make him, like, those attributes, fast turn radius, really strong momentum, a liberal amount of boost, tons of ammo, those tools are not bad. Those tools are not bad for playing closer or playing front. They're actually quite good for playing front. But, you know, there's a distinction that a lot of people sometimes don't remember of front versus close range. There's a difference, right? If you're playing front, it just means you are playing more front than your partner. Front does not have anything to do with the distance between you and your opponents. That's the most important thing. I'll say that again because it's really important. Front has nothing to do Front has nothing to do with your distance to your opponents. Front is a term relative to your partner's position. Front is a term relative to your partner's position. Okay? So when you're playing Caradem with a 2K and you don't want to try the no dash strat and you're gonna play front with Caradem, that does not mean that you need to Rambo in and just like, you know, start just playing really close to them, right? You can still play your basic Caradem game. You just need to be closer to them than your partner. Now, of course, that's not just your partner's fault. You know, or that's not just, you know, your call. Your partner also needs to know how to play back, obviously, right? So it's not just your duty to physically put yourself in front. It is to some extent, right? But it's a group effort. It's again a group effort. But it's really, really important to understand this because, yeah, strike freedom can basically. So the real answer is strike freedom plays far away while playing front. So he's a front suit, but his optimal range is a little farther than other suits. That being the case, I did mention already that he does have a lot of good close range tools, which are used a lot. So he's just really solid. Yeah, he's really solid at like all ranges. Actually, honestly, he's just a really solid suit. So this probably actually should have been avoided, but I think it was a missed input. So definitely more charge shot. Ooh, so a little bit late on the reaction on that landing punish, but you know. So we want to try and rainbow step that if possible. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. But yeah, like definitely there when you're being knocked down and stuff, you definitely want to try and hold your charge shot A. Like charge shot A is just really, really, really good. So I would say with this suit, definitely try and work more on charge shot A usage. We want to cancel out of our Dragoon mounts like as soon as possible. Don't forget, you're gonna probably get hit by this BZ here. Don't forget, I was just about to mention this as this was happening because I was like, oh, I should mention this here. Don't forget that you have BC, which is really good. You can use it while overheated, and it's a pretty nice tool for avoiding things. So if you BC'd here, there's a decent chance that you would have actually avoided getting hit. But you got hit, yeah. I'm pretty sure if you BC'd there, you would have been okay. So I'd also say, you know, watch out for your... Yeah, there you go. Good job. You know, watch out for your boost timing. I think sometimes you're playing a little bit wasteful with the boosts. Like you boost a little bit quickly at times. So you know, don't be so afraid while you're moving, especially when you're strike freedom. Like one of the things I actually recommend to a lot of people who are learning is just try not shooting. Just try like moving around. Get a good sense of what you can dodge and what you can't dodge. Because I'm pretty sure as a new player, you'll be surprised just how much you can avoid getting hit just by boosting slowly and just letting yourself fall momentum-wise and just, you know, just zipping around and doing nothing. You'll be surprised. And, you know, you want to try and get away from the fear that they're close to you or that they're shooting you and you want to run away. Alright, this is grand finals. Because like a lot of times you don't need to boost too much. So, you know, that actually I think it would have been better to just land there. I actually think you would have been safe from this landing. Hard to say. See, I don't think Shinanju was shooting you there. I'm pointing out. Right here. So you already got a lot of boost here. This is really risky, so you know. So here I actually would have just floated. I would have let myself float here and watched for whether any of them, because you're close to the buildings. Here's the thing, you're close to the buildings. So if you're really desperate, you can boost one more time to like the top left and you'll land behind that building and you can probably avoid getting hit. And you know, also whatchamacallit, you also have like, you know, BC as well. So, you know, note here, here's another example of kind of out of angle awareness that we want to really emphasize here. You're boosting towards him, which is good, right? I mean, well, it is what it is, right? You're boosting towards him. Now, strike freedom I think he's like moving towards our right here. So he's boosting towards your right, which means you're gonna get out of angle, which means you have enough. You can fire one more time, right? You can pretty much you have one kind of overheat or really low desperation shot, but it's gonna be out of angle. So you have to be aware that you're gonna be putting yourself in an extremely risky state if you choose to attack. That being the case, the kind of smart decision here, in my opinion, is to defend, or at least like run away, because even if you get that one shot, you're not gonna be able to combo off of it. You might get a Garobi, but you'll get hit. You're made of paper. It's it's not a very good trade, and that's all things. That's like the best situation. So and you're playing front. Shinanju's not. He's in your red lock. So he's gonna be firing at you pretty soon unless you move away. So this choice here, like, it's lucky that he got hit like by by your funnels. But honestly, even if you had just boosted, then your funnels still would have hit him. So it wouldn't have been that bad. I do applaud this attempt to combo off of it though. Like this is like good, right? You say, oh, okay, this displays your ability to confirm off of that one random BR, and you boost canceled it into a Garobi, which you didn't need to do. I think you can sub cancel it. In any case, it didn't really matter. Puts you in overheat here, and you get hit as a result, and that's kind of a boo boo. So it's really really wasteful in this boosting here, right? Just like a lot of extra boosts that really you don't need. I'm gonna probably say the same thing I mentioned to the cost over people who submitted before, which is focus more on landing punishes. You're spending a lot of time just like trying to hit people air to air, and if you just slow down, a lot of the time you have a boost advantage and you throw it away. Like you have a boost advantage here. Oh, you activate, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, like these you're forcing yourself out angle a lot, and it's causing you a lot of problems. Mikey's doing a really good job of staying back and supporting though, so yeah, that's fine. You have an activate, right? So that's good. I have a lot, almost too much. Uh-oh. So, just really, really gotta watch out on that boost. Really over boosting here. We wanna really try and avoid that. Alrighty. So we're gonna watch this last one. But again, I think the most important thing. So you have some, I don't know how to play Strike Freedom that well yet. Things, because I know this isn't your main suit. So there are a lot of things that you could definitely improve in terms of just learning the suit. That's great. That's pretty great. So we just really want to cancel it, but yeah. But I'm gonna try. I generally, aside from it just being helpful to explain certain things, I generally try to avoid talking too much about suit specific stuff, because those are just things that you can get better at, because if the problem is as simple as you don't need to, or you don't really know, a certain suit A or B very well, then that's just the end of that discussion. We can move on. So it's more important here to talk about kind of the more fundamental problems that we want to try and improve on. But definitely the big one here is just boost consumption. Just boost consumption. Also, activation timing would have been nice, but so I think you're gonna activate here. Oh, you already did. Oh, so yeah, activation timing also kind of a little bit you know, I think you're a little bit preemptive and trigger happy on the activation timing. Now, ooh, that's unfortunate. So that's one of those moments everyone hates where they sidestep after they land, they get hit by a Garobi. That sucks. All right. So you guys are really ahead now, I believe. Can't see what your partner's health is, but so again, that fourth player, right? That fourth player. We really want to work on that. But you know, I mean, I know that normally you play back, so you know it's just one of those things. But the big thing that I guess I want to end on for Shingen's replays is again boost consumption. Okay, so especially with the suit like Strike Freedom, I've said this like I'm kind of repeating a lot of the same things as a lot of players have very similar problems. So the big one is knowing when to do things and knowing when it's actually fine to just let your momentum ride out. Yeah. So a lot of the time in a lot of these situations, if you boosted less often and just let yourself float more, especially with a really good momentum suit like Strike Freedom, you would just end up in a much better situation. Yeah. Fundamentally, in addition to that, just try and practice having a better sense of the fourth player, as I call it, like the invisible fourth player that's usually behind you when you're playing front. Yeah, because that will mess you up. And to be quite honest, a lot of what being a really good front player is having a deep understanding of that fourth player's shadow. Yeah, and being able to visualize exactly what that fourth player is doing is really crucial, because yeah, it basically allows you to see if you know exactly what every single person is doing, then you're really good. So it's really important to try and develop that sense, because at some point you have to do it. So for anybody playing front, it's really important that you just always be trying, when you're looking at one person as front, to also be conscious of the other person. And generally what it comes down to is the more information you have on what's going on in front of you, and the more you know what's going, like the more obvious certain things in front of you that you're seeing are, the more you can concentrate on what's happening behind you. Right? So for example, if you're like, if you're doing like, if you're landing a combo, for example, on one dude, even if you're not camera switching, if you're just doing a combo on some guy, like you just get him with BR, as you're doing that BR, your attention should be switching, and you should just be trying to switch over more of your general thought process to, okay, what's going on behind me? I know what's going in front of me, right? I'm firing my BRs, and you shouldn't really need to even see what the screen is, right? You should just be thinking about what that fourth player is doing, right? Is he behind you? Is he firing at you? Am I actually going to get this Zunda off, or am I going to get interrupted? Yeah, because one of the biggest things about playing front is that even if you win an exchange, it can turn out really good or it can turn out even, depending on how the cut goes. And a lot of matches are won due to a player's ability to read when the cut's coming and decide, make like the best decision about how to convert their damage. Yeah, it's like burst baiting. I mean, you can just straight up win a match because you're, you can just straight up win a match because you baited some guy's burst and then did another combo on them, right? It's the same in this game, only much more important, because imagine if in the Arc System Works game, burst did damage to you. Imagine if in Persona, whenever someone bursted you, they like got to do a combo on you. That's like what cutting is, because when you hit somebody with a combo, that guy's partner gets to do a combo on you. So, sometimes it can end up actually being a negative for you in terms of coming out on top of that situation. Sometimes you can land a landing punish, but end up poorly out of that situation because you got hit by a more punishing cut. Yeah. So it's really important to have an understanding of that fourth player, because that's how you don't get into those situations. Yeah, and that's how you can sometimes make situations even better for yourself, because if you have a knowledge of the cut coming, you can even counter that cut. And if you hit somebody and then counter their cut, you are just doing really well. That's the kind of game. That's kind of a game-winning play right there. So if you can get that kind of game-winning play, that's how you win. Yeah. Good. So I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna say for Shingen's replays. Again, if Shingen or anyone else has any other questions regarding the stuff we just talked about, or any of these replays, feel free. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and switch. Well, regardless, as you guys are, if you have any questions, please type them out. But while you do that, I'm going to be switching over to the next person's replays. Yeah, Munsu, I got your replays. So we can watch Munsu's replays. We actually haven't watched Munsu in. I think maybe we watched his replays a while ago. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe once before. Good. Also, make this announcement again. If I skipped your replay, okay? If I skipped your replay from previous weeks, I would actually request, if possible, that you resubmit them to me, because kind of my inbox is just really messy, and I just have like 1,000 emails now because I use the email for too many of these kind of activities now. So even with filters, it's kind of really all over the place. So it's a huge help for me if you just resubmit your replay to me, because it's just really hard for me to dig through and confirm like which replay I skipped or which replay I didn't, because I don't remember exactly what I skipped and what I didn't. So if you can just resubmit a replay to me, and if you're afraid that you think I'm gonna, for whatever reason, you can just mention it. Just say, hey Brett, I submitted this like last week or the week before, but you skipped it. So as you asked me to do, I am resubmitting it this week. That's fine. I actually prefer you do that. If you just resubmit, that's fine. Just resubmit. So it's actually, because it's much easier for me to just look at like, okay, let me look at all of the second impact replays that I've seen or that I've received in the last week. That's just much easier than like, okay, now I have to like look for these replays that I have to remember that I skipped from previous weeks. It's just a real pain in the ass. So if possible, if you can just re-forward that to me, that would just save me a ton of effort. And it's a good reminder in case I forgot. Yeah. So okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next replay. Ugh. So we'll take a look at Munsu's replay. Believe I got it. Yes. February 25th. Yes. Oh, wait, 25th. That's... It's the 3rd? Okay, so... Munsu... Okay, yeah. Maybe I should have people include, like, which one they're on, like, which second impact they're submitting to, so I don't get confused. Not entirely sure. Because like some people submit them on Monday, and then like I have to subtract to be like, wait, okay, is this for last week's or this week's? All right. Doki. Alright, let's load this up. I forgot to tweet this actually, so come on, load. There we go. So I'll go ahead and tweet this now. Alrighty, let's go ahead and copy this over. Oh, right, there we go. Man, Dan's game had this whole like copying system, man. It's pretty random. Alright. Alright, let's go back in this. Load, there we go. Okie dokie. Wrong one. Stop. There we go. Okay, that's a lot of replays. I'm in these. Oh, these are from like casuals. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I remember playing some of these. Okay. Sure. Okay. We'll just look at like the top 4 or something like that. 4 is generally a good number. I kind of like 4. Alright, so this is Lark playing Destiny. I don't even remember these. Where Sean and I playing? Sean and I are playing Wing Carodam. Okay. Oh, okay. They're like expecting me to do oh wait. Oh no, that's not me. Sorry, that's AJ. Fucking AJ's name and mine are too similar. On my I don't really play on that account anymore, anyways. But my like random select account was Graham Acorn, and then yeah, AJ's is Trans Graham. So I get confused sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Let's start this over. Because I was like, I don't remember playing these. I'm like, I don't remember playing, like, again, I don't remember, like, playing against, like, Lark with, like, a 9-game win streak as Destiny or something like that. So I feel like I would have remembered that if this was, like, 5 days ago or whatever, when this happened. But, okay, so Mince is going to go ahead and be playing Gunnar. We're just going to be watching this. So this is kind of like a really ugly situation already in terms of spacing. Because, you know, they're in the corner, and if you look at the mini-map here, Munz actually kind of dived into the fray. He's, you know, he's closer than his partner, who's playing Destiny, and there's, like, this Carodam. This is just a really, really scary situation to be in right now. They're playing against 2 different suits who both are really good at landing punishing, and it's just a really, really gross situation to be in, so we really want to try and avoid being in this situation. How do we avoid doing it? Well, let's see how this happened yet again. So, this is already a little bit out of position here. Like, generally, especially, like, when you're new, a general rule of thumb when playing back is try to be able to see your partner. The important thing is to gain information, so it's really hard for us to see what the hell's going on here because we can't tell what our partner is doing. As back player, your partner is like the #1 thing we want to know about. What is Destiny doing here? Is he going in? Is he like poking? He's behind me, I can't tell. How am I supposed to make an informed decision as the back player here when my partner is behind me? It's very difficult, so we want to try and be behind our partner if possible. Or as in front, but on like other sides. So pincer formation is really good too, so you can be front-ish by pincering your opponents and you can see your partner on the other side coming in. That's also really good. But this is kind of the opposite. We're like, you know, we're being pincered here. a little bit. I mean, we're being forced into corner. If you just look at the mini map, this is just really bad. We don't want to be. This is not what we want. You know, if you just look at the mini map only, like if we just stare at this mini map here, and we just look at this, this is just like, you know, not what we want. Oh, this is okay, but then, you know, this. So this happens. You know, so we switch to Wing Zero, and looks like Destiny is moving back at the same time. And, you know, oh no, then this is, you know, so you know, this ends up being okay, right? I mean, this isn't the end of the world. That's unfortunate, but as a back player, you know, we're really not accomplishing much by doing this, and neither are we really getting much attention. If you notice, they're not really paying much attention to us here, even though we're close. That's of course lovely. You should try and get that OTG shot if possible. Because, yeah, I mean, you might as well see if you can get that OTG shot. He's probably getting teched. We can't tell, like, you should be changing your camera here, yeah. So, yeah. Because he didn't yellow out from that shot. You can get a second one. Like, you might as well for extra damage. And also the force attack. So the thing is, like, from a high shot like that, they can air tech, right? Like they can air tech from that shot because you hit them so high. But if they don't choose attack, then you get a free shot. So it's worth watching that guy to see what happens. Because if he techs in the air, he's actually pursuing you, so you'll probably be paying attention anyways. So it's kind of an option select. You like stare at him, and if they no tech, then you can just fire a beam and you get some free damage. You also force their down. And if they did tech, then you know, and it's pretty important to know, because yeah, like you're just now knowing as you land that Wing Zero is like on your grill. So this is quite problematic because he could have actually Garo beat you and you wouldn't have known. You actually wouldn't have known if he had Garo beat you, aside from by looking at your not mini map. I don't even know what you call that. Yeah, alert arrows, I guess. I don't know. Someone tell me when you find a good name for them. Arrows. Are we sticking with arrows? Okay, arrows, sure. So arrows, right? So, you know, if you look at your arrows, I guess you would have maybe been able to know, but it also would have been too fast. So here, awareness. We really want to work on our camera work here. We don't know what... Wing Zero has been chasing us. We're being shot at, right? So Wing Zero has been chasing us for quite a long time here. So, you know, we really want more information. Warnings? Warnings pretty good. Yeah, I like warnings. Warnings is pretty good. More awareness, right? Now, it's good that you're following your partner and you're supporting them, but we really... This is terrifying. I'd be really scared right now. Okay, so we're really lucky he just decided to shoot the other guy, because, yeah, that should have been aimed at us, to be quite frank. Like, we should have just been hit in the face from that. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So here, I think it's probably going to be a recurring topic for you, Munsu, but I think the most important thing for you is, so far, that I'm seeing, is you really need to work on your camera work. Your camera work. You really we really want to be checking both people. It's like playing StarCraft and tabbing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 all the time. Is the same thing as that in this game. There is very little risk to just pressing D. I mean, you can just mash it if you want. You know, it's free. It's basically free, right? It's basically free, so we really want to be looking more, just more. We want to get more information, because what's Caradum doing here? Is his vernier on? Is his vernier on? We don't really know. I think it's not on. It might be on. Oh, it doesn't matter. Sorry, his vernier is on because he shot in air. I apologize. So his vernier is on right now. So it's like if you switched him and shot him, you might hit him. We don't know though, because he's like up there, right? So here, and then we finally switch and we see he's gonna land. So mistimed on that, but you know, so more of that, yeah. So okay, so where's Wing, right? Where's Wing right now? Where's Wing? Oh, Wing's on our left, really close to us, maybe landing. You know, really, you know, We really want to know what's going on with Wing. Like, there's no point in staring at Keradim here, right? Like, Keradim's being hit by Destiny, so like, why are we still staring at him, right? And because of that whole thing, we were unable to prevent the cut, and now our partner's been hit and knocked down. Right. So here's a very, very, very concrete example where we really want to work on our camera work. Because our camera work could have definitely prevented Destiny from being cut there. Yeah, we could have been in a really, really good position instead, or at the very least gotten a shot off on Wing Zero. You almost guaranteed to have gotten that shot off on Wing Zero if you had been watching that guy. So you know, well, that's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, hopefully he pays for that. Hopefully Wing gets hit for that mistake. It looks like they're fighting each other, but I don't know what the hell's going on. So. Okay, good. So it looks like Lark did get that as a prime, so that you shouldn't feel too bad about that, because that's a kind of like, why would you shoot me there? You're gonna get hit by my partner kind of moment. But here, you know, I mean, it's a little bit less bad. I would say also, so you're playing against Wing Keradim, so watching Keradim here is not too important. I'd say that you should definitely pay much more attention to Wing Zero here. You pay a little bit too much attention to Keradim. Keradim's not really doing too much. There's not really too much you can do aside from try and sneak in a landing, but there's really not much you can do because you're gunner unless you are watching him, you know, really closely. So, you know, you should be able to have a sense of, am I going to get hit by his sniper shot, yes or no, regardless of whether you're looking at him. So I think here, especially in this matchup, it's really important to focus more on Wing. Alright. So, I don't know about these grenades, as a shot actually probably would have hit him right there, that Zero. If the second grenade volley had actually been a main, probably would have hit him. So here, so we're watching Wing, but like look at this, like, you know, we really want to be getting carried him because you know, I really don't know about these grenades. So yes, this is good. No. So I mean, you know, if you're just like, you know, messing around with the grenades, that's fine because you guys are really ahead. It looks like you are, but you know, if that's the case, then that's the case. Got ammo, but alright. Well, it looks like you're probably going to finish this match off with the activate. That might hit him? Yeah. Oh wait, did the boomerang hit him instead? I can't tell. I guess both of them hit him at the same time. Who got that? Oh, you did get that. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this is with Sean and AJ playing Red Frame Goof. So yeah, you need to. Ooh, you still got that luckily, but that's kind of unfortunate. So here, yeah. So again, can't your camera work? Your camera work, yeah. So, I'll say again, you know, you want to try and build an understanding of who you should be looking at all times. That's one of the most important things as a back player. As a back player, one of the things you really want to focus on is trying to understand who you should be looking at all times. So we're gonna rewind this and and I'll try and point out exactly where the camera swap should happen. And hopefully you can try and understand the thought process going in there. Like it is a reaction thing, but you know, which does kind of take practice. But so press A there, or actually more like there. Yeah, there would have been good, but there's okay too, I guess. Okay, so watch. All right, now sorry, after this exchange. So here, so you see that Destiny's hitting Goof, so you should be looking at red frame here. But instead you let red frame get this cut. You still get the hit, but you're very close to allowing him to get the hit because you're a good like 2 seconds too late on the swap. Yeah. So like once you see your partner hitting Goof, you should the thought in your mind should be, excellent, my partner landed a melee, right? That's great. What should I be focusing here? I should be focusing on making sure he does not get cut out of it, right? That's your responsibility as a back player. You go, excellent, my partner won an exchange. We are winning. We are ahead. That's great. Just like, you know, great, perfect, excellent, right? And that's your, you know, that's the best you can hope for is your partner won an exchange. That's great, you know. That's exactly what you want to happen. So what you should be focusing on there is just making sure that actually happens. Basically, you know, make sure that the other guy can't just walk in there and cut. You could even just press melee to hit him. Now, of course, you did get the cut on the cut, which is okay, but that could have, you know, if you had done a different melee, or it was just, you know, a few frames later, you might not have gotten that A off. So actually, you could have gotten this. You could have also hit red frame there. If he escaped your red lock, but if you had boosted forward, you would have been able to get a shot there. So just try and have a better. Try and focus on landing punish understanding. So we really want to try and focus on improving our landing punish awareness there. Your basic idea should be, I'm on the ground, they're on the air, my turn. Alright, so here, like, you see here, the only thing you should be thinking about is landing punch, 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 you know. So, ooh, so yeah, that was okay, except the melee was, you know, he was teching, so the melee didn't hit him. You could just do main there is also okay, but you know, what can you do? So you guys are pretty far. Well, you're only a little bit behind. It's like kind of even. If you can get more damage on red frame, it doesn't really matter anymore. Your partner does get a good hit in, so your partner gets a hit in. What should you be doing? You should be looking at the other guy. Look, I wish there was a rewind button. We really need a rewind button because, like, you know, your partner is doing like a full Destiny, you know, Shining Finger combo. You know, I know it's really tempting to like look at it and just like, you know, bask in the amazingness of that cool combo. You know, but we really want to be focusing on, you know, harassing the other guy here and making sure he can't come in, because he's coming in now, and we still haven't seen him, right? And he's probably hitting your partner. So he looks like, you know, he did hit your partner, I think, or there was some weird situation going on. So, you know, so here, right? I mean, you're not gonna hit Goof here, right? Like, he's so far away. You're not going to hit Goof here, so you should really just protect your partner. Yeah, because you're not going to hit Goof there. But instead, you know, I mean, I guess you know, Destiny did land that combo, but you should really not expect he's going to win every exchange, and you know, because look now, this situation is actually kind of not so good for you guys now, and you might lose. Oh, okay, I guess not. Really close to losing there, because if he had comboed into super, I think he would have won. Like, you know, you're lucky that the wall on the situation was as great as it was, because he easily could have just, you know, if his combo was a little different, or, you know, situation was a little different, it was really close there. It was really close, and you were really ahead, but, you know, you let your partner get hit a lot, and at what cost? You know, you kind of like 1v1 it a little bit too much. So I really say just focus more on landing punching, supporting your partner. That's just like, you just always in your head, just support my partner, support my partner, support my partner, landing punch, landing punch, landing punch, support my partner, support my partner. Like, look at people, like that, just those three things. Just like, you know, look at people, support my partner, landing punch, just all the time, you know. Just like, you know, where's my partner, 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 landing punch, landing punch, landing punch, landing punch, landing punch, landing punch, where's my partner, where's my partner, where's my partner, where's my partner. You know, this is good, this is good. Good. Look at the other guy, look at the other guy, look at the other guy. Landing punch, doesn't work. Okay. Where's my partner? 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 Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Good. Look at the other guy, look at the other guy, look at the other guy. Good. Where's my partner? Good. Look at the other guy. Good. Yeah, that's great. Good. Yes. Excellent. Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Right, where's my partner? Okay, he's there. Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Landing punch, slash cut, same thing. You don't have to cut, you know, landing punch is okay too. Alright, that sucks, but oh well. Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Alright, okay, good, good. Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Where's my partner? Alright, where's my partner? What's happening with 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 my partner? Good, good, stop him. Right, right. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, yeah, good, good. You know, where's my partner? Where's my partner? So, like, really, like, where's my partner? Right? This is a really a where is my partner moment. Where is my partner? Right? Like, does Red Frame... Does Red Frame really look like he's in a vulnerable state that you can punish here? Not really. He boosted like twice. You press A and he's gonna escape it. You're out of ammo anyways, right? Partner time. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna hit him. That's gonna hit him. Oh, never mind, it's not. So yeah, so this whole point, this whole section was like, you know, well, I mean, I understand because you're playing front now, but you know, so it's a little different because you're playing front. But you know, okay, you kind of gotta play back now again because you know you're at 300, so you know, playtime's over. That sucked. So here, yeah, you should have retreated. You have less health than your partner now, so it's back to, you know, where's my partner? Where's the other guy? Aye, good job. Alright, so hopefully, actually, that chanting should actually hopefully be helpful to you, actually, because I'm not just chanting where's my partner, right? There are times specifically when there's nothing better to do but, you know, watch your part and be aware of what your partner's doing. There are times when you should be supporting, there are times when you should be landing punching, and there are times when you should be, you know, looking for your partner. And I think the big thing is, the big thing for improving backplay is understanding that. Understanding the overall strategy, you know, of playing back, and when you want to do certain things. We'll do that again. We'll just see how this goes. Oh. Okay then. Oh, whoopsies. Good. Yeah, get that meter. So, you know, Lark's playing a little bit back here, but yeah, so I understand you just want to get close. It's like, this is fine, right? Like, you know, this is fine. So landing punish, landing punish, landing punish, good. Landing punish, landing punish, landing punish. Mistimed it. Landing punish. Alright, look at the other guy, good. This is good, yeah, so I agree with this here. And you go straight back to your partner, that's great. Good. So this is good. I think, you know, this game you're overall playing a lot more like with your partner here. And it is also, of course, because they're playing 1K, so there's a little bit less of like, you know, there's less of their presence is a lot weaker. You won't get hit, yeah, you get hit there. Your partner's out. You guys are not doing too well. This is a little bit of a matchup thing, though. Okay. Good. 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 So, oh, okay, never mind. Okay, he didn't get hit. I'd actually say it's worth spamming a little more there just to make sure that that tank cannot cut. Just like firing off like more stuff. Good. Who wants to know what I'm gonna say? Who wants to know what he should be doing here? Look at the cool combo. Yeah. So why'd you look at that whole thing? So yeah. So again, yeah. All right. Alright. Let's see. So I think that's probably good enough for Munsu's replays. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we looked at 4. So the big things are large plays. So you need to work on your big play macro game right now. Your macro is off. Like your macro is really off, and we really want to adjust that. So camera work. Okay, we want to work on camera work a lot. Switch more. Switch a lot more. Switch a lot more. Okay. Try and look for landing punishes more. Be more precise with your A's. You're missing a lot of landing timings because you're like rushing too much, or you're getting, you know, just calm down and try and you know, patiently, methodically get those landing punishes with your A. You know, don't get too trigger happy. Don't press it too soon. Don't press it, you know, too slow. Just try and, you know, be a little more accurate about the A pressing. Always try and protect your partner. So whenever your partner gets a combo, always be focusing on preventing that cut. That's the best you can do. That's your job, actually. That's like actually your job. And if you don't do that, your partner's gonna be angry at you. Yeah. Like I get angry whenever my partner doesn't do that. If I'm doing a combo on somebody, and my partner is like available, and the fourth guy is far away, there is no reason I should be getting cut ever. If I'm getting cut, at the very least, my partner should cut that cut. Right? The worst thing is to land a combo, and your partner is not really occupied, get hit by the other guy, and not get something back from it. If you get cut, that cutter should also get cut, probably. If he doesn't get cut, your partner fucked up. So if you're the partner, that's your responsibility. It's your responsibility. Because your front player did the right thing, right? Like, most of the time when Lark's getting these combos, he's choosing right times to get them, right? Like, Munsu's never really, like, too preoccupied. So he's getting these combos, and, like, Munsu is totally open, right? He has nothing better to do, so he should just be focusing on preventing that cut. Yeah. Okay, so camera work, alright, like everything regarding cuts that I mentioned. We don't really need to talk too much about movement, because the movement needs to come from your macro play. So like your overall movement in micro is not that bad. It's generally pretty fine. But it needs to, you know, we can't really look too much at it more without having to first adjust our macro play, because whatever the ways you're moving are based on who you're looking at, and you're not really looking at the right person all the time. So we have to really correct that first before we can really talk more about movement. Yeah. So again, camera. Okay, camera. Positioning, right? Being close to your partner, understanding what's going on with your partner, being ready to support your partner. Again, I stress being ready. Alright, being ready to support your partner, okay? So those two are the big things. In terms of suit-specific things, I will touch on... I was not paying too much attention to it, but I will just mention in case you're not. Just make sure you're using your assist properly, meaning try and throw all three out before you die. If you die and you have assist and you did it wrong, if you have awakening, try and make sure you used all three assists before you use your awakening, so you get all three back. Just, you know, be efficient about that. We always want to try and do that. I will also say, I think that there are times when you should actually be going more for the OTG shot, because you never OTG shot, and it's actually kind of worth doing, especially if you have 3 shots. Like if you 3 shots and you get the two shots, it puts you back up at like 2 pretty soon, because you get to like 1 but you're recharging. So I highly recommend going for that OTG second shot, if you like have ample ammo, and by ample ammo I mean like more than 1. Yeah. If you're like 3, like if you're at, well, I'm not really gonna criticize like using your assists early. Just using your assist early, period, is not bad. Yeah. That's actually not that bad by itself. It's more of like the situation. So we would have to go back and see like, okay, well, you used these up really early, but were they good opportunities? So if you see really good opportunities for your assists and it's like really early on, you throw all 3 of them out, there's nothing wrong with that. A good situation is a good situation. The clock is not really an important factor there. So, you know, like doing it before or after you get hit, it's not the end of the world. It's actually quite fine. And I'd much rather that people, in general, I'd much rather you all use up all of your assists early and then get that activate and get that full refill than like not use them, right? Or try and like, you know, you don't somehow, you're not actually playing better if you like perfectly get to 0 Hayatos, right? Like, you're not playing better itself. It's the situations, right? Which is hard, but I'd rather you throw them out even randomly than not use them at all. Because knowing the best time to actually use Gunner's assist is actually a little bit difficult, because you have to kind of be able to see 2 to 3 movements ahead. So, you know, there are better things to work on here, so it's not really important. At the very least, as long as you're throwing out all 3, it's better than nothing for now, because we really just want to stress on camera work, positioning, and like helping your partner, because those things are just 5,000 times more important than optimally using your assist. We don't really need to talk too much about micro in these replays, just more about the macro game here. So while on the subject of micro though, so the OTG shot's actually pretty decent. You get a decent amount of extra damage from it, and why not? In addition, you can actually do a little bit of an option select, which is to fire another shot, like fire your A shot when you think they're landing, and then do a second shot at a certain timing, such that if they boosted because they had like more boost than you thought, then your second shot will hit them instead. And what that will look like is, if the first shot hit, you get the second shot as OTG. If the first shot missed, your second shot hits them, right? So if you have like more boost in them, you can afford to do like 2 successive shots like that. Sometimes you do that, but your timing is a little off, so you want to actually practice that. Practice that like double shot. It's really, really good, and you should kind of just be doing it like all the time, you know. Anyways, so that's all I really need to talk about in terms of micro. Yeah, so I think we covered a lot of stuff to work on. It's really, really informative, hopefully. So yeah, definitely like you know, watch other people work on their cameras, and just try and practice switching your camera a lot, and try and really think while you're playing about whether the person you're looking at is the right person to look at, and watch your positioning. Yeah, try and actually play behind your partner. Lark was playing kind of back because he wants to get this like charge shot A or charge shot B or whatever. But you're actually kind of rushing him a little bit by playing ahead. So I understand that you're in green lock, so you're like, oh, I want to get in red lock, but you're actually not in a position to make that call because your partner is the front player. So if your partner doesn't want to go in yet, there's a reason. Respect that reason. Don't just move forward. Your partner is behind you. There's a reason why he's behind you. Don't just ignore it. Yeah, respect his decision there. He's actually the one that gets to make that call. So, you know, he gets to dictate when he wants to initiate. So if he doesn't want to initiate, don't initiate for him, because you are initiating for him a lot of the time. At the start of the round, Lark always moved to the right, and then you always move a little bit in front of him. You scoot forward because you want to get in red lock, and then like things kind of happen. You know? So you know, you should actually really let that play out. Good. All right. Let's move on to the next person. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and look at Burger Kong's replays. Ooh, we are kind of behind schedule. We are... Okay. Okay. We are like... I want to try and end this in like 40 minutes. 40 minutes if possible. So I'm going to try and move a little faster here. Okie dokie. You know, I show my XMB, like, or whatever you call that, like the HUD or whatever for PS3 so much. I should really get like a custom background or something, because you know, yeah. Though I kind of do like this default one, but why is it green? Shouldn't be green. I swear to God, the color changes by itself, and I like it's supposed to be white by default, but huh? Why is this broken? It's odd. Should have everything. Copy this. Date is corrupted. Let me... Try this again. I might have accidentally unplugged it too quickly. So let me just try and recopy it over. See if this works. Oh, never mind. Okay, no, I fucked up. Brett fucked up. I like put it one folder too deep. Yeah, no, Brett fucked up. It's fine. No problem. No, you did fine. I just put it in like one directory too deep. So I just copied it into the wrong place. Should be pot. There we go. Okie dokie. Let's go back to the game. Okay, let me correct this black Dominion mode. Back in here. Alright. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, right. So he's playing as Triumph, the other Tallgeese. These look like are these ranked matches? Player matches? These look like JP. So yeah. All right, sure. All right. Alright. This is this one. Okay, cool. Ah! So, you know, landing punish. We really want to try and... So when we land, like, it's okay. Yeah. So here, yeah, so here, it would be nice to be a little closer to our partner there. I feel like boosting to the right when we landed, or before we landed was, you know, something we could have avoided. We want to be a little closer to our partner here. Luckily, your partner does land this melee, so here we really want to... Now, this ends up being okay. This ends up being okay because it looked like his combo got interrupted or dropped. So she is like up. He should be like knocked down somehow or something like that. But looked like he got cut or something. But you know, on principle, it would have been really nice to, you know, be really on that Tallgeese there and. Yeah, really just like we really want to spam. So this ends up not being so good of a situation because of that, but you know. So at the very least you have lots of health, so that's fine. It's unfortunate that the building's there, but you know. Ooh! What am I pointing to? You can't see because of the camera, but what am I pointing to? I know someone knows what I'm pointing at. What am I pointing at? Yeah, I'm pointing at Kushi. why am I pointing at Kushi? Oh, but why am I pointing at Kushi here? No, he's not on your vector. He's not on your vector. No, not incoming Garabi. No, OP phone. Anyone want to guess how much boost this Kushi has? right now. Yeah, very little. He's probably at like 30% right now, or less. He might be overheating. It's hard to say. He's very low. He's very low. He might have one extra boost. I believe he's really low. So like. So the boost before he boosted here, I thought he was gonna land. And unfortunately, we have a charge shot here, so it's kind of like an annoying situation. If he wasn't holding out a charge shot, he could have chosen to do Garo B or A, but he's low on ammo and he has his charge shot, so yeah, it is a little annoying, so I understand that. And that's why I was like, oh, it's okay to pass up on that landing opportunity. But he boosted again, so I was like, I think he's gonna land because he's kind of low. But he boosted again, so that's when like the bell should be ringing, like, oh, like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, landing pressure. So he's really low on booster. He might even be overheated at this point. He's really low, and we have a lot of boost. We even have a charge shot, so you know he's probably just gonna land here. But it's really unfortunate because this was free. Yep, yeah. But you get that, which is nice. Now we are kind of low on ammo, so I kind of like that. So you know, I'm a fan of that. You know, it didn't work, but you know, there are a lot worse things you could try. That was a good. So I like the whip there. I like that whip. I think you would have been okay if you had sidestepped before the whip. So if he did sidestep whip, you probably would have hit him, actually. Now, the whip was a really smart idea, because you know that he might melee you there. He's very close. The whip is definitely going to beat out a lot of options, and it's hard to dodge. So the whip was a fine judgment call, but, you know, you just got shot first. So because you're falling and you actually have the option, sidestep then whip actually would have probably worked. Because in that situation, because you didn't sidestep, that whip basically became like a slow melee, and it only would have really worked if he had done like melee rainbow step. But he just shot you, so you know you might as well just press B there, and you might have even hit him because you know it's faster than the whip, right? So in that kind of situation, sidestep's really good there. Sidestep whip. Yes. Good. So you know, at the very least, you have all of your knowing used up when you're about to activate. So if you can like land a nice hit on somebody, then you'll get into activation yourself without having to take too much damage. And you know, you can do really well in terms of health. You guys are doing fine. You guys are of course behind, but you know, so not getting hit here would be great, but you might get hit here. Oh, okay, good. Oh no! So that was unfortunate because you just didn't see the Garaby coming. You switched a little bit, you know. That's unfortunate, but hopefully you understand that you should hopefully be able to react to the animation. But you know, I know you said in the email that you didn't really know what Kushi does, so you know, so that's part of the reason. Obviously, it would have been nice to avoid that because you could have. But here I would actually really like you to activate, but it looks like you activate while you're. Oh no, you barely didn't before it touched the ground, so that's great. So you know, so not really the best activate, but you know, you didn't know that he was gonna end up getting hit like that, right? That sucks too, getting hit like that. But you know, just need to work on your vernier cancels a little bit. You know, more oh, this is just really gross now. So here definitely you have activate, right? So I would say here you definitely want to try and use your Noeens. You have 3 Noeens, right? Noeens really good. It's one of the best in the game. So here I would just be like throwing out Noeens like crazy, right? Because you have a full activate. You're gonna get all those Noeens back. You know, so the other thing is I'm gonna say about your activates is you really want to focus on getting the most mileage out of your activates. This was a very, very poor activate. I'm gonna say, I've definitely seen much better activates than this. You know, I like this guy's name, by the way, Ishameotan. But anyways, that's beside the point. You know, we want to try and activate when we actually want them. So, you know, not only did you get, like, you got 1 Noeen out of it, but you know, you had tons of boost, right? You had like 70% boost. You might as well use up all that boost before you activate. There's no real reason. Yeah. Well, even if you kill them, you still need to kill them another time. So you really want to. So they're actually whip. Yeah. Whip would have been good there, but again, you'll get shy if you just try and whip. So you want to try and like you want boost and then like sidestep whip. So instead of boost shot, or like vernier shot, like shot, boost, sidestep, whip would have been really good there. But that's like a micro thing. You know, if you can do that, then it's good. If not, you know, it's not the end of the world. But you know, your activates need a little bit of work. So you know, I understand your panic. You said you're panicked, you're super low, you just want to kill him. But activating doesn't help you do that. You know, I think it makes you move a little faster, it makes your bolts shoot faster, but you know, it's having like doubling your boost is going to be way more important. Yeah, if you're afraid, you know, if you're afraid of him there, boost back. Don't boost forward or side. You know, boost with 1 or 3. You know, boost diagonally back. If you're afraid of him, you know, and you have your burst ready, just vernier away from him. You know, down left or down right, and just constantly avoid his stuff, and then activate and then, you know, punish him. Yeah, good. I want to say anything else about that match. So be aware of your Naween count. It's really, really important. Ammo is such a precious thing with this suit. I notice you do have some trouble with ammo. Your ammo usage is a little bit, you know, you run out a lot. So rationing your Naweens a little better can help you. If you can, you know, execution-wise, it's just something you can practice, but, you know, practicing partitioning your A's, so whenever you do BR, like BR, vernier, BR, instead of doing A, do A, hold, A, hold, A, hold, A, hold, will or if you're on pad, you know, A, hold, A, hold, A, hold, A, hold. You know, actually, like, letting you get those long holds when you're pressing A will help you build that meter, and that's how you get those nice second impacts, yeah? So they're really useful and really good for getting you up on that charge shot, helping you save a lot of ammo. In addition, holding it down when you get knocked down is also really useful. So, so definitely, you know, you do. I notice you use a lot of charge shots when you're really low on ammo, but you know, weaving in, literally weaving in your charge shots in your rotation overall is more important, I would say, than the oh shit, I'm at like 1. I better use a lot of charge shots, you know. So just try to weave in those charge shot A's a little more. If you can practice it, it's really useful. So that, yeah, these are all micro things, but you know, but I mean, you're like playing front here, so not too much macro discussion. I mean, you know, Tallgeese is a little bit of a special suit too. So you know, I will say though that like, yeah. Oh, just as I was mentioning it, watch your on angles a little bit. You tend to just barely be off angle. You know, you tend to like boost to the right, and which so in case you guys don't know, if they're standing still and you boost dash right or left, you are on angle. You're like exact. So like you're on angle. Kind of like depends on the suit, but generally, if I'm facing you and I boost to my right, like I boost to here, I'm like facing this angle, kind of like 90 degrees, but I can actually on angle you, right? I like barely on angle because like. You face a little bit towards them when you boost right or left, like you kind of move like this. So I'm like still on angle with you actually. And if I boost as I'm facing you and hop, I'm on angle, right? But as soon as you move a little bit like more to my left and it becomes like a this, then we're off angle. Actually, I don't even know if this is like, yeah, this. Oh, okay. This makes no sense to you guys. This makes no sense to you. But let me actually go ahead and I think there was a really good example of it in the first replay, in the very beginning. I'll show you exactly what I mean. I can draw in paint, but I think I can show you exactly what it is because I think it happens like right in the very beginning. I think like right here. It's like when you get the first time you get a red log, I think. Here, so So you're like on angle here, right, as of now, but see how he's moving to like his right? So if you like do a late boost, the further that she drifts to your right, the more likely you're going to be off angle, and by the time you're like lower to the ground, if you press A, you won't be on angle anymore. Right, so like okay, so he's boosting actually a little like less to the right than it looked like, you know. But you know, so basically, like be aware that you have to watch what direction. So there it was fine because he was actually I thought he was boosting to the right, but he's like, you know, so like, you know, these kind of things are yeah, like you're very close. So a lot of this is fine. But you know, do be aware that you're like on the board. So like here, right here, here's another really good example. Like right here, this is like a hard to tell, you know. And obviously, if you boost to the left more, so you do get it. But like these are actually like, you know, really close to being off angle. So just be aware of that. You know, there's obviously off angle there, right? Yeah, you know, you don't use 2B. I'm actually not gonna really. I'm not gonna mention that. I actually don't think at this point it's the end of the world if you don't use 2B. 2B is really good, but we, you know, it's more micro stuff. Like if you can get better at using 2B, it's really good, and you know just randomly 2Bing or 2Bing to sneak and landing is really good. But you know, it kind of, I mean, aside from like randomly doing it, so this is that moment, right, where you switch. So green light 2, unfortunately. So you know. So anyways. So what was I talking about there? So 2B is really good, but I'm actually not going to mention it. Like, we can work on that later. Yeah. Because it's just a suit-specific thing, and you know, I just say try and get better at 2B if you can, but you know, it's nothing I can really help you with other than just, you know, try and, you know, get better at. Yeah. So I'm not really gonna like focus on it. I don't really generally like focusing on too much suit-specific stuff anyways. So anyway, so about the off-angle thing, so just be aware, if you're boosting directly right or left and you're not DIing it at all, you know, if you're not DIing it at all, be aware that based on the way your opponent is moving, you can turn into an out-of-angle. And just be aware that, like, it happened in that situation. So just be aware of it. Be careful. So I'll just say be careful. It's, you know, you're treading dangerous waters with a lot of those, and you know, for the most part it works. You know, you just boost right or left and fire, it's okay. But just do be aware that those situations can happen. Of course, the closer they are to you, the more likely it's going to happen. So you know, like, you know, these are fine, of course. You know, for the most part, this is fine. So I would say, you know, if you know, optimally, it would be nice if you just swerved a little bit. So there, right? So the way this generally works is, first of all, when you boost, if you DI it and swerve at only during the startup, you don't use extra boost. So we will say that swerving is basically free, right? Swerving is free. There's no real penalty for swerving other than it's executionally a little bit difficult, right? So that being the case, generally what you want to do is, if you think you're approaching a situation where they're moving, like they're moving, say, to your right, and you boost dash left, so you're in opposite directions, in order to preserve on angle, what you want to do is you want to read where the direction that they're boosting in and swerve to curve into it, you know? So swerve towards the direction they're moving so that you preserve that on angle, yeah? Don't swerve away, of course, that'd be bad. But swerve towards their angle, yeah, and that will help you not have to worry about like guessing whether it's going to work or not. A lot of time it still works if you don't swerve, but it's much better to just swerve and not have to like stress about, is this on angle or not? Because when you get in those situations, you don't want to have to just be like, shit, you know, you want to know that your thing is on angle and not have to worry about it, yeah. So wow, okay, yeah. I will also say you don't tend to vernier cancel very much, so I see boost dash cancel a lot. So watch out for the green lock. I would have probably gone for a random super if I'm scumbag like that. But so, so you know, watch out for this overheating stuff. Very dangerous. Wow, you got away with that for pretty free, but. Yeah, good. That's unfortunate. You know, I think you could have blocked that, but you know. Ah, I understand. I understand that situation. You know, 'cause I could fight back, but you know, when's the good opportunity to? Because he's like floating at me, and then you're waiting for like the opportunity, and then you land before it happens, and you're like, oh well. And you know, part of it's like you're thinking, you're like, you know, so you kind of like missed your opportunity to fight back. There wasn't really a good opportunity to turn around, because you get a turnaround shot is the problem, right? You could try to melee him, maybe. That's probably what I would have done. You had to activate, I think, so that would have been okay. So we'll look at one more. Alright. Ah. That was good. I like that. So you know your ammo here is like really suffering. That sucks too, by the way. That sucks. But yeah, there you go. So I would definitely say here you want to support your partner. Like, you know, especially because you're playing 2.5k, 2k, the lower the costs are, the more important it is to stick together. That's what I'll say. Ah, well, you know, that sucked. So there's really not much to say about some of these. They're just like, you know, unfortunate micro situations. You make some mistake, you know, you move on. So yeah, this activate, you know. Yeah, that's good. I like that though. Oh dear. I like that whip. That's good. That sucks, but you know. Uh-oh. Well, you got away with that for pretty free. Now that's a problem of camera work, yeah. So you should really be looking at the forbidden there and just try and practice making sure you're looking at the right person. You know, when you get knocked down, don't just assume they're gonna stay there forever. You know. Yeah. Alright. So, you know, it was a pretty close game still, you know. I mean you died second, so you know, it kinda sucked. So, you know, we'll stop with, you know, I think we'll move on. We'll move on from here. So what I want to say. So you know, there are some micro things I would say that you can improve on just by playing more, and you know, just you like a little bit of experience in terms of the micro situations. You know, so you get hit by a lot of stray shots, and you know, you just make a little. You know, you make some mistakes. So yeah, that's not really nothing really to cry about over. You know, just work on it. And you know, there's some things like, you know, Lark mentioned using 2D more and that kind of stuff. I will say also, I think you're overestimating the performance on Charge Shot A little bit too much. As we saw, particularly from that last match, Charge Shot A's muzzle correction is really bad. So, when we're talking about projectiles, there's two basic things, muzzle correction and guidance. So guidance is like, once the shot comes out, the beam actually curves towards them, assuming you're in red lock or whatever, right? And what muzzle correction is like, or tracking, I guess. And I don't like using the word tracking, but it's kind of like tracking is, your gun itself, like, moves as it's coming out during startup, and like, so it's basically how much like tracking there is before the shot actually comes out. So there's tracking before the shot comes out, and then there's tracking after the shot comes out, right? So the guidance on Charge Shot A is not that bad, right? But that's not why they wildly miss all the time, right? You see these like crazy Charge Shot A's that you throw out where like they're just moving somewhere and you're just like like the Charge Shot A just goes like completely different direction, right? That's muzzle correction. And what that is basically like, you know, where your gun is as they're moving. When you release A, you're facing this certain gun, like this certain angle, then they're moving, right? And it's the ability for your gun to follow that movement, right? Follow that movement. And speaking of which, Scare, there's a store near my 100 yen store that actually sells like straight up Shimapan like colors. Like I saw like it's like a striped shirt with like the teal, like the light blue, the teal one. I hella wanted to get. I was like, oh, it's hella good. Like that godlike Shimapan palette. I was like, oh. Like they all sold at the store. I was like, man, I hella want to buy this. It was like 700 yen. I was like, I hella want to buy this. I like this hella good. Because this isn't really Shimapan, but no one wears Shimapan like this color, I don't think. Anyways. Yeah, the light green. Yeah, the light green. That's what I'm talking about. They have like the teal, the light green color. I was like, ah! They have like light green and light orange. I was like, man, this is how good. I don't want to buy one of these. I still want to. Yeah, yeah, it's like hell yeah. I was like, yo! Alright, sorry. Anyways, so back to that talkies thing. So that's muzzle correction, right? And so what you should take away from that is that your Charge Shot A will not hit people when they're moving very fast, basically. Yeah. So and it's not just speed, but it's proximity. So basically, Charge Shot A is kind of not so good at the mid range. It's good really close, but only because they're probably trying to melee you and you like twirl and dodge their attack. But like if they're moving too drastically in a direction or at an angle relative to you, it's not really very good to fire out. That's why it's better to try and weave them in, like do like, you know, BR Charge Shot A and get them send it out as like a extended string / poke, right? It's really successful for that kind of purpose. Not so much as like a one-time shot at like mid range. It's just, you know, sometimes the movement of your charge shot actually fucks you up too. So I would say, you know, don't worry too much about the charge shot aiming like that. Try and focus on weaving it in more. I mean, it's better than, well, I'm not sure, you know. You're using it a little improperly. My suggestion is really just you need more experience using it. So just keep playing. You know, a lot of your mistakes will definitely be rubbed out overall. You know, they'll just come out over time. Overall, your macro game is not that bad. I definitely say you need to improve on your activations, though. So try to activate, you know, let's try and be a little more efficient with our activates, you know. Let's try and really use them at good times, you know, and try not to be wasteful about them, because they are the lifeblood of this game, you know. So let's just try and focus on that, you know. Really try and have a plan when you activate, and try and avoid just the random activate. Really try and avoid it. When you have activate, be looking for times to activate. Don't just be like, oh, I want to do something here. Oh, I have an activate up. Slam it. No. You know, really be like, I have an activate up. Let's try and create a situation so I can, you know, let's try and bait somebody into, you know, spending lots of boosts with me, and then I can throw mine up and just poo on him, right? Other than that, I would say you boost dash cancel out of main a lot, and sometimes I feel like you should just be using Vernier more. You know, your movement with Toggies is a little awkward, but I think you just need to play a little bit more and hammer that out. So, you know, generally, you know, just play more, you know, you're on the right track. You just need to, you know, work on a lot of these micro situations and try and rub them out. And, you know, a lot of it's just like learning Toggies. You know, the Toggies is a really weird suit. So you just need to learn Toggies more. And you know, then we can talk a little bit more about, you know, things with Tallgeese. And, you know, I will say that some of these you played front, some of these you played back. We could watch more overall on your back play. Yeah, you know, you need to work a little more on, you know, supporting your partner and making sure you know who to look at, those kind of things. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of the D button and how good it is, you know. And try and work on landing punishing, you know. So I do notice you miss a lot of landing punishes, so just try and focus on them in the match, you know. Well, I would always say, just if you're learning the game, just try and, you know, stick to a suit. Just try and stick to a suit. Yeah. Alright. So we are kind of behind schedule. I think I only have time for like one more replay. I wanted to end at 12. So we'll try and look at Imdrax's replays, because I know I skipped him for a while due to time. So we'll look at Imdrax's replays from like 2 weeks ago. Love this lobby sound, this lobby music. It's pretty elevator. It's great. We're gonna watch Imdrax's. All right. Alright, so once again, guys, I apologize for having to cut this short. I really would like to get to everyone's, if possible, every week, but I kind of forgot that I had scheduled cooking for today. I'll try and remember not to schedule cooking on the same day as Second Impact, as that does cause problems. So next week, for sure, I'll try not to schedule anything so we can get everybody's, because, you know, there's really no reason. There's no reason why we can't sit here and just look at everybody's replays and talk to all of them, right? It's not like I'm a really busy person, so, you know, we can definitely look at everybody. So please, you know, for those people who have been when is it better to Vernier? When is it better to Vernier? Vernier is good, like, all the time. You should it's generally, like, better than boost dashing. I have to go buy stuff for cooking too. That's why. Like, Vernier is like a lot better for doing combos and evading stuff while fighting and stuff like that, and also because, like, I don't think you're doing the good Vernier Burger Kong, so I don't know if you're aware of this, but, like, if you just are holding C or sorry, if you're holding 6 as Togis and you press BR and then you do CC, what you actually get is a BR that gets canceled into your vernier, and then you cancel out of your vernier into boost dash. So you actually basically randomly vernier in between your BR and your boost dash, wasting extra boost. So I will quickly demonstrate this. I'll quickly demonstrate this in train mode after we look at these replays. If you'll stick around for like 10 more minutes, I'll just quickly demonstrate for it to you, because it's actually really important. Kind of like one of the reasons why the series is like hard, quote unquote, to learn, because it has a unique, it has some unique things you need to do for inputs. It's like extremely vital for Togi specifics. Okay, so this is Imdrax. So that's a lot of replays. We'll just look at like a couple of these. I'm gonna watch Imdrax playing Shinanju because I think that's his main. Screen is black, thank you. Okay. Ooh, so there's no real reason to. He swerved out of angle there, so I don't know what that was, but I don't know. There's some kind of error, I'm assuming. In case it's not, though, you know, there's no real reason to do that. So. So one of the things we want to try to avoid is that situation, which is basically so his movement was already kind of risky. He's playing forward, so it's fine, but he kind of just like jumped into the fray there, right? Like he like kind of leapt and pincered himself, so he was like in between. I forgot what the other player is, but he's in between like Strike Noir and the other dude. He's like in between them. And then on top of that, he kind of spent a ton of boost and like overheated himself. So if you're gonna like leap in the fray like that, I wouldn't really recommend also on top of that really using excessive amounts of boost, because it leads to situations like that. Even if he hadn't gotten shot in the back, which he did, he was probably gonna get landing punished as a result. So you know, so if you are gonna dive in there, oh, red frame, just do try and be a little bit careful about this. So I'm okay with this activate. Just needs to barrel roll more. And dying with activate is of course. So these kind of things are really risky, because you know, I'd say that the big problem here that I would see in a lot of this movement is that, you know, you're doing some moderately aggressive plays, but you're positioning yourself in these really risky situations, and as a result, you just, you know, well, actually that worked out, but you shouldn't have. ZJ, I forget who that. I think that's Swag. Swag really messed up there. You should have definitely gotten hit there. So if you're worried about anti-melee, just use sub. If you just sub, you probably just like hit him instead of gotten hit by melee because you VR. Activate! Oh, this is not so good. Alright, well, oh. Wait, when did you use activate? Oh, well. Good. Uh-oh. Well, not really much you could have done. Any tips for Zeong? Well, I mean, you want me to just tell you how to play Zeong, or I don't know how to respond to that. good. So you know, the big thing is watch your positioning. You dive into the fray a lot, and you're kind of just like closing your eyes and just like kind of just like leaping forward, you know. So we want to try and be a little more, you know, calm about when we initiate. I mean, you know, some of it's not bad, and a lot of it, you know, you come out okay in, but you know, there's really no point in relying on basically like randomly guessing in terms of when you want to go in, because you'll get a lot better if you actually practice trying to analyze the situation and look for good openings, because you know. Good. You got cut, but it's a good melee. That was not so good, but. So I would like to see a little bit faster of a cut there. Like, you should just be shooting as soon as you're in red lock, honestly, when you're meleeing like that, because you just want to cut as soon as possible, right? Good. So I would decide. I don't really know about this this activate here. There was really no reason to activate here, but at least you escaped the pressure, so that's good. Good. That's unfortunate. So, you know, your partner died. Okay, so that's the kind of thing. It's like, well, you chose to go in on that guy. You ended up hitting him, but as a result, your partner died. So this was kind of like a trade, at best, situation, right? Because you could have gotten hit there and it would have been really bad. It's not like you were really in a favorable situation. You just decided to kind of like go in against that guy. So I would suggest trying to be more conscious about where your partner is as you play. Now, you know, we do talk a lot about as being the front player that you get to make the decisions, you get to make the calls and initiate, but it's also your responsibility to try and pick the times that work out best with your partner too. So you're not really allowed to just ignore your partner and do whatever you think is good. Yes, it's basically your job to just try and win exchanges, right? As long as you're just winning exchanges, you've like done your job. But at the same time, you don't want to do that at the expense of your partner. So do try and be thoughtful about your partner. You know, yeah. Ooh. Interrupt that. Good job. So, another thing I'll say is... Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, you end up getting meleeed a lot, Drax, and I highly would recommend just, remembering that your side sub is really good at anti-melee. Your side sub is like amazing anti-melee because the sub itself is really big and you twirl around. So you get hit by a lot of times where you actually should be able to just body their melee attack because if you just do side sub there, they can't really touch you. Also, be aware of that the neutral sub is actually not very good, and I would try and recommend avoiding the neutral sub unless you are not being threatened and you want the neutral sub AC. The neutral sub AC cancel. Yeah. If you don't want that, I suggest avoiding the neutrals. I also would say, well, I mean, some of those melees are okay, but I would honestly go for sub more if possible than melee, because your melee is really easy to cut. Your melee in in the whatever you call this mode in English, like the high evasive mode, or I just call it like the rocket mode or whatever. It's really, really easy to cut. It's really easy to cut. Well, honestly, as long as you do the double one around the time when they're meleeing, they're not going to hit you. It's like, I mean, this is okay, but it's just so easy to cut this. Anyways, that's the other thing is I'm going to say, I think you should do more double rockets. Like I actually don't think that the single side sub into like boost dash is that good. Like, it's good for conserving boost, but conserving ammo, but you refill your rockets anyways. So I actually feel like if you just did more double 6B, double 6 sub, you'd probably do better. Because that's gross. Because the double 6 sub, like either if you just did double, like, you know, the double sub cancel sub. Yeah. Well, I don't hold it down. I just press it twice. I just do like the double twirl. Because it's actually honestly like not that inefficient. Like, there's not really too much wrong with doing it. Like, yes, it does use extra boost, but you get a second shot for it, and overall it's like doing BZ. It's like doing BRBZ basically, but you know, you twirl. There's no real reason not to. I'd actually say, yeah, don't give up on it. It's really good. That's all right. And you survive this. Oh, so you know, camera. Well, that was like not that bad. That was not the end of the world. So, ooh. So like, you kind of guessed there. Like, you kind of guessed when you got knocked up on who to hit, and you were like, oh, if I hit that guy, he's like farther away. Maybe he doesn't like think. Maybe he's not gonna pay attention to me. That's okay, but you do have to be aware when you do that kind of play that the other guy is definitely gonna be hitting you, because he's seeing that you're not looking at him, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna hit you. So when you fire off those shots on whoever the other guy was, be aware that the guy right up next to you, like Zaku 3, is gonna be trying to hit you. So just like, you should try and be ready to hit him afterwards. Like, optimally you would have wanted to do like, you know, wake up, like, twirl missile, and then immediately boost dash cancel out of it, swap to the other guy, and like shoot him. And that will probably have beaten whatever melee if he was trying to do. You know, so okay, so it's 12:14, so we kind of have to stop here. But I will say overall, like, your movement's like, you know, getting really good and solid. I will just say, you know, it's more specific stuff. Try more double side sub. Double side sub is really good in my opinion. Avoid using neutral sub whenever you're being shot at due to the fact that it forces your vernia. So just be careful about it. Use side sub more against melee because it's just really good, especially the double side sub against melee. There's more gimmicky things you can actually do that are really good with Shinanju, because you get to like do stupid things like force into you get to like force your way into double overheat situations, but then you get your side sub to twirl afterwards. So getting into those kind of situations is really good. It's kind of like hard to explain though, so we could cover it more in detail later, but it's also not the end of the world if you're not aware of it, because you'll eventually understand it anyways. And it's kind of gimmicky, so I'd rather not really have to stress that too much. Just like focus on a little bit more on like camera work, you know, and try and stick closer to your partner. Well, like, I can't really, like, I mean, I guess I could just play Shinanju at some point to show you, like, what I'm talking about, but let me go ahead and explain. Is Burger Kong here? Because I'm not gonna do it, Burger Kong's not here. So, Burger Kong, are you here? So I can just, like, very quickly, show you what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Alright, so, and this is, you know, if you're interested in learning Talgis, I'm basically going to be explaining how Talgis moves right now really quickly. So if you're interested in picking up Talgis, pay attention. So, he has a basic boost, right? Looks like this. Yeah, you can jump. Whoops. There we go. So, he has his basic movement that, like, all other suits have, but he also has a special one, right? Which is if you just press, you know, a direction and C once, you get this vernier, the super vernier, I guess. So here's the thing. If I do this, look at my boost. So here's a normal boost dash. It consumes, you know, like 12%, 15% of my boost. Yeah. Look at that. What's going on there? Oops. I'm doing it the wrong way on accident. There we go. Or I'm doing it the right way. I was doing it the right way on accident. So what this is you're canceling your vernier into a boost dash. Whoops. Ah, fuck! I'm doing it like the correct one on accident. There we go. There we go. So what this means is you also do this when you boost dash. Like, look at that boost. So watch my boost while I'm doing this. This is what a normal player does input wise to do a Zunda. Oh god. Yeah. See how much boost that's consuming? It's because every time you cancel like that, you're actually canceling your BR into a vernier and then your boost dash canceling it. So if you actually look at the boost here, do you see he twitches a little bit before it boosts? That is different than this. Right? Like, this is a real Zunda. This is how you're actually supposed to do it. It should look like this. Alright, and you see I'm at 50%. That's 50% for Zunda versus like almost overheat, right? So the deal is if you start holding 6 or 4 or a direction, I guess, and then press double tap, you get the bad boost basically, which is you get a vernier and a boost. So you basically spend double the boost and it's not good. So that's one of the reasons why it's easier to just do this. Because, yeah, you spend hella less boost. Yeah, so that's like the real way to do Zundas is, so, yeah, it's really annoying to explain. Basically, like, the way you input it to get the good one is you do 5C, then 6C, 6... Oh, you do 5C, then 6C, yeah. 5C, then 6C, there you go. Yeah. So I'm doing neutral C, the first one's neutral, and then I press the direction. It's quite actually difficult. But you see that if I do it this way, if you look at my boost, yeah. It's gotta be at the same time as the second C though. There's a couple other ways. The other way you can do it is you can hold. I wish this had an input detector. It's much easier to show if I have an input detector. The other way is if you're holding the direction already for like a full second, then you get the normal one. So I've been holding 6 for a while, and then if I get the double tap, I get the normal one. So if you've been holding like the direction for like a good second, so you'll see me do this. I'm like, I start holding it right now, and I get the good one. Start holding it right now, and I get the good one. But if I'm at neutral, 6, oh, I get the bad one. It's really difficult actually. Now if you're lazy, you can just press 5cc. So you can just press the zoom to like this. Yeah, that's basically you don't even touch the stick. But you will move only in the direction you're facing, so you get that. So if you want to actually control it, it's actually difficult. I'm not very good at it because I don't actually personally like do it that much. It's pretty difficult. Yeah, like I fucked up the last one. Yeah, that fucked it up. There we go. We did the good one. So there we go. Ah, fuck. Yeah, anyways, so it's actually pretty difficult to do the 5C60. It's actually like, I don't think there's an American that can actually do it like perfectly. I don't think there exists an actual American Talkie player that can actually do this like perfectly, because it's pretty annoying. It's just very annoying. Like you just have to practice at it. So anyways, so that's one of the reasons why you just do vernier, because if you do vernier, yeah, Mikey's gonna be the first one. I forgot Mikey plays this suit. So Mikey's gonna be the first one. Mikey's gonna be the first real Talkies player in America, because like most Talkies players are frauds, and they just I fraud it out too. I just do this because that way you don't have to do the hard one, because this is like way easier. So like, anyways, so that's the other reason why I recommend this, because you might not have noticed it, Burger Kong, but if you go back and watch your replays, you were doing the bad one. Like you're doing this a lot, and that's one of the reasons why you're like overheating a lot and getting like spending a lot more boost, is because like you're doing the improper. And notice that basically you're just like overheat if you do that. That's why I recommend for you, at least in the beginning, to just to do the vernier, or do the super vernier. I'm sorry, it's not actually vernier, it's a super vernier. And yeah, you should basically get used to this string. This is like the important string. Like this is like every Talkie should know this string, which is like BR into fastfall. Just like, you know, BR vernier, BR vernier, BR's in sorry, BR vernier, BR vernier, BR fastfall. Yeah. Like, because if you, yeah, this is like a this is a fundamentals, like this is one of his most common strings, that and that kind of thing. That's also really good. So, you know, but yeah. And then you can then we can talk about partitioning like that. That's another string you want to get. Yeah. I'm just gonna restart because I like ran out of ammo. Yeah, like that's pretty good B&B to know. So charge partitioning is also pretty important with this suit. Also, yeah, make sure you like camera cut too. Do 2 AC. If you're doing AC, try and remember to hold down 2 so you don't get the camera swap, right? And no aim being really good too. So yeah, so one of the reasons why the vernier is so useful and good is because it's very difficult to play the suit without Vernier. You just like fuck your boost up all the time. And that's like why you end up using 2B. So basically, if you use the if you use Super Vernier, you'll naturally learn to use 2B because Super Vernier puts you really high in the air and you want a fast fall and it's really hard to punish and yeah. Yeah, just basically like one of the things is pretty much if you're doing a Vernier combo like this, always end your for the most part it's pretty good to just fastball can be punished, but if you're learning, like it's good to get in the habit of just like knowing when to cancel your BR into fastball. Yeah. Anyways, anything else? So this one's really good too, like the holding down the direction, so you get the good one. Like, see that I'm getting the good boost here because I'm holding it down. So you can use this as a way to get good movement. See, it actually looks like I'm like a normal suit when I'm like doing it like this. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. Alright, let's stop. Alright, so I'm gonna go offline now. I'm gonna shop, go get some groceries so we can cook today, and then we're gonna watch Gundam Unicorn episodes 1 through 5. So thanks again for watching. Sorry if I skipped replays. If you did submit this week and I didn't get to them, I recommend please resubmitting them. I won't like hate you for it. I will just be like thank you very much. So don't feel like guilty for like spamming my mailbox or just spam my mailbox. Okay, so if you didn't get my replay, if I skipped the replay, just send me it again and we'll watch it next week. I promise. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So I'll see you guys next Sunday. And I encourage you guys, if you haven't submitted before, to try submitting. There is a good FAQ in the info tab if you're confused. And people also tend to of the recent weeks, people have been emailing me with follow-up questions, so they'll be like, oh, thanks for reviewing these, I have some extra questions. So if you do have extra questions, or if you have questions, honestly, if you ever have questions, please email me, but specifically also for Second Impact, if you have like follow-up questions or you want me to go in more detail to explain something to you, I can easily do that, so feel free to email me. Or whatnot, and also again, thanks for people who specify stuff in their emails about like certain things. So if you do have something in particular, like you want me to talk more about, camera movement, or you want me to talk to you more about, micro decision making you're making, or talk more about, how to get in or whatever, any kind of problems you have, then I highly recommend doing that if you do have those kind of things you want to talk about. And it's also just a general good practice for you to help you kind of figure out where you think you need to work on. So it's good for everybody. Yeah. All right. So with that, I'm gonna stop here, and I'll be back soon after I come back from the grocery store to buy some stuff for cooking. So see you guys soon. Laters.